One. And we're live. Welcome, everybody, to Save or Dice. What's going on, guys? Thank you for joining us this evening. We're excited to be back. Without further ado, I'm going to pass this thing over to Dave Friant with Nerdarchy.
Hey, guys, and welcome to Save or Dice episode. Are we on 5 now?
Yeah. Five, yeah.
And which wouldn't be possible without the sponsorship of ThinkGeek and Dungeon Painter Studios, which is supplying the art, and Fantasy Grounds, a virtual tabletop that you guys are watching this all take place on. Big ups to those guys. You want to support us? Support them. ThinkGeek's our title sponsor. All of them are great. They have awesome products. Guys, go check them out. Support the show. Now I'm ready for some D&D.
All right, you guys ready for some D&D?
Man, I'm pumped. Let's do this.
All right. So where we last left off, the party, our brave companions had journeyed across the city in the morning hours to check on the notorious gang boss Yabo. And they've got two of Yabo's crew in tow as they approach the Frothy Goat tap room, which is Yabo's hideout, basically, or his place where his crew hangs out. They hear this a loud crash and thrash. There's obviously sounds of furniture breaking against the wall, glass breaking, smashing, and the party has sort of arrayed themselves around the building, and we're about to enter. So I have Robin and Joego at the front door, kind of trying to peer in, and Oliver at one of the windows. And then Jardon kind of hanging back in support. Yes?
That sounds about right.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay, let's go ahead and get your tokens out on the map that we have here so we can figure out exactly what's going on.
And the front door is to the south or the north?
The front door is to the south right here. There we go. So Robin is peeking in.
And I believe I had left over to another window to try to peek in as well.
Yeah, there's a window right there.
Okay.
And got Joego somewhere. So Robin is peeking in. You've got the skulker feet, yes?
I do have the skulker feet, sir.
Okay. So there's sunlight streaming in from several of these windows. The door's kind of cracked open. The lighting in there is basically like dim light. There's a place perhaps for a fire of some kind, but there's no fire burning. From what little Robin can see and Oliver can confirm, there is a excuse me, there is just the room is trashed. There's tables overturned, chairs smashed against the wall, and some sort of like, looks like the floor is soaked with either liquid, some kind, maybe ale, maybe blood. It's kind of hard to tell where you're at, but the place inside is wrecked. All right, let's see. Dave, I reshared the map with you.
Yeah, I got it now.
Cool. So we'll wait for Dave here. Why don't everybody kind of give me an idea of what they're about to do?
Something stupid.
No.
Something brave, something stupid, a little of both. I'm gonna ready.
Courageous.
I'm gonna ready my hand crossbow, or I have it already readied actually. And
right.
So I don't see any. Do I see any bodies or any people? Or
you're waiting a second, then just to see who you see. There is movement in there. A large shadow passes across the room, and you're sort of able to tell the huge sort of bulk of Yabo passes through, and you see he's got like maybe one hand has maybe a chair or a table or something that he's swinging around, and like another one throws a chair across the room and hits a wall. There's a splash and everything, and he's just like roaring, like full on roar, coming from inside there. You just like pass through your vision briefly.
So he's by himself. He's just like raging in there, right?
Correct. Yes.
Joego really doesn't really remember why he's here. He doesn't like Yabo. He rages, runs in, and Superman punch.
All right. All right. So I'm gonna we've got Joego coming in, and otherwise, let me see real quick.
Yabo bad.
Go ahead and make me an attack. It does not appear as though Yabo notices you at all as you rush past Robin, and you're going to get advantage with that attack.
That is really good because that 9 does not look very impressive.
The 10.
10.
No, so one of Yabo's characteristics is that he has inserted metal plates underneath his skin. Basically, he always wears his suit of plate armor, and he's a wily, quick fellow, probably about a head taller than Joego, but he's sort of hunched over, and he's like all arms, right? You can see that he's got, now that Joego's come in, Yabo has the top of this keg that's over here that he's sort of like ripped off of it, and he's holding like a shield. His other hand is a skeletal claw covered in blood and sinew and all other kinds of weird stuff. And he's got about 2 feet of what looks like a broken chair leg sticking out of his right eye. It's just like right in there. And he's just thrashing around the room, completely oblivious to Joego. Let's see. We'll go ahead and go next. It's going to be Oliver's turn.
Okay, so seeing Joego run in there, and I'm gonna light him up with fairy fire.
Okay. There we go. Let's see. Light this guy. That's a dex save, yes?
I believe so. Let me cast it here real quick. That's not the DC 11 here.
All right. What
give me just, it is a dex save.
Okay.
Yeah, a 19 will beat my DC. It will beat my DC.
So the furniture and stuff though is still lit up, right? So it illuminates the room and sort of outlines all the broken furniture. And it's at that point you can see that there are maybe a dozen or so bodies in here with Yabo, just lying broken on the floor, on tables. It's like a slaughterhouse in here, and it's all lit up in soft blue and purple and pink fairy fire.
Oh,
anything
wow.
else?
Yeah.
Anything else,
You know what? No time like the present. I'm gonna climb through the window.
Okay. So Oliver climbs through the window. It's already partially busted anyway.
Yabo, stop it. Yabo, stop.
See the rest of the room.
There we go. Get in here.
All right, Robin, you're up next.
Okay, well, seeing as how we're engaged here, Robin is going to move into this corner. Yeah. So he has a little cover. And dude's lit up, so I'm going to go ahead and attack him with the crossbow there.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
22
Oh,
hits.
yeah.
So you're shooting him with your hand crossbow?
Did I misinterpret something? I thought we were attacking him.
Joego certainly ran in to attack them. I had thought that last week y'all were going to try to talk to him or something. But
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, we were.
you did have your hand crossbow out, if I recall.
Yes, we were. He's also a troll, right?
He's a half troll.
He's a half troll,
He's a
right?
half troll, yeah.
Well, he needs to calm down.
He's also dangerous as hell, isn't he? Yeah. Yeah. Let's
he's
shoot him with the
pretty
bow.
dangerous.
Yeah, so shoot him.
All right.
I'm gonna yell. This can end one of two ways, Yabo. We mean business.
So your crossbow bolt streaks out across the room. It hits him in his one of his massive arms. You can hear the scrape of metal on metal as it sinks in maybe an inch into his flesh before being stopped by his subdermal plating. Wait, we're not playing that game. It's a different and so all right, so what else does Robin do? Anything else?
Then I'm just going to hide.
Okay, bonus action hide.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Jardon, you're up next.
So he's going to move in and looking a bit not shocked that Joego is attacking him, but taking in the situation. Now I have two questions. One, what does do we know anything about Yabo and his moods? Is this has he raged before? Is this known to happen?
I mean, he's a pretty wild fighter. And in street fights, he likes to mix it up. He typically wears just like a rather elaborate and ornate loincloth because he is, he's got the armor underneath his skin. So he's sort of a flamboyant, in your face kind of guy always, and is known to sort of rage and hulk out.
Can you please repeat flamboyant and troll together for me?
It's a flamboyant troll.
Thank you.
half troll. So that's how you would know him. But he's like picking up a dead body and throwing it across the room, flipping over a table. It doesn't seem to have noticed that Joego's right next to him, or seemingly care much about Robin's arrow sticking out of him.
Okay. And the second question is, what would we know, if anything, about his trollness? Anything?
He's a troll. Acid and fire hurt him.
Okay.
Pretty much anything else is not going to put him down. And he will recover from just about anything else apart from incineration or acid bath.
Quick question.
See, I was just saying hi to him.
Is anyone else now wishing there was a sticks to snake spell?
Yes. I always wish. It's too bad it's not here anymore.
Sticks to snakes.
There's a ton of sticks in here.
Well, yeah, like in his eye.
Yeah. He's got a bunch of like daggers and hatchets,
Twigs, no.
sort of like sticking out of him as well. Now that you're up close up on him.
All
Anyway,
right,
so it's Jardon's turn.
All right, so he's going to survey the situation, look a bit grim, and then pull out a handful of what look like sort of a fungus or mushroom.
Mhm.
He's going to wad it up into really fine powder quickly, and then blow it on the wind, have it dance around Joego, and we'll cast Hold Person on the troll.
Gotcha. All right.
So wisdom DC 14.
Wisdom DC 14. Look at that.
There we go.
15.
He
My
is
God.
not contained.
He is
my
not
gosh.
contained.
Okay, that's me.
All right.
A look of concern comes over his face.
All right. So let's see. Okay, Joego, it's your turn.
Well, this punching of him is not doing so well, but we're going to try again anyway. Joego feels like he just needs to try harder. Yabo, we come for you. There's a 14 hit.
No, but you get advantage.
This is how
still
the
have
end
advantage.
starts.
Get TPK'd.
There
by a
you
troll
go. 23.
All right, so I will now use a bonus action to try and grapple.
Okay, to a single troll, then I'm just ashamed to be your DM.
No, he's not even really fighting back at this point.
Right, he hasn't even fought back yet. All right, so you're grappling him?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Where am I at here? No, that's not what I wanted to do. That'll work. It's not a strength save. I meant to just roll a strength check. So 23, same difference.
Oh yeah. He totally throws that off as ineffective.
Yeah.
Oh, and I guess he did take some damage from my punch.
Yes.
And we do get it. We do get another shot.
How's that?
I get 2 attacks.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing. Oh, much better.
There you go.
This time, Joego lays into him with an uppercut. Take that, Yabo.
Smack right into him. A bunch of his teeth break. You can see that his other eye is kind of scratched out as well.
Oh, he's got no eyes.
Hasn't yet. All right. This is my athletics roll to avoid the or this is just, you were just attacking. You were just punching him.
That was just a straight attack. I guess I should roll
Gotcha.
the damage thing. How do you even play this game?
I don't know. There's dice and he's supposed to talk.
All right, eventually I will knock him out.
Okay.
Punch, punch, punch the troll. Punch, punch, punch the troll.
He screams, just sort of like roars around, swinging this giant keg top, like almost like a frisbee at you. It is his turn.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Yeah. All right. So what do we got here? We've got he is attacking Joego. Let's see. Oh. There we go. So what is your AC, Joego?
15.
15. All right. We got a 20 for our first attack.
That'll do it.
Yeah. And a let's see. A 23 for our second attack. Although he is blinded, I should probably roll disadvantage on those, don't you think?
Probably, but those either way, that
Either
hits.
way, that attack hits.
That's a hit for sure.
Okay. So
I'll
he lashes out at you first off with his skeletal claw, and it's like it looks like there's stuff kind of like sinew and flesh kind of creeping up his arm onto his hand, but like everything from the palm out to the fingers is just like fresh bone and connective tissue, as it like slashes at Joego with it for 13 slashing damage.
All right, so Joego is going to take half because he's raging.
Damn straight.
Yabo hit like a little girl.
And then 16 for as he's trying to hit you with his keg shield.
Absolutely hits.
Absolutely hits. All right, this one's going to be less damage, probably 8 bludgeoning as he smashes it into you.
All right. Yabo, you goblin kisser. Knock it off.
He maybe is trying to say something, but he's like frothing at the mouth with rage. Oliver.
I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery. So I'm just going to turn to him and just be like, "You hideous monstrosity, insult to trolls!" And I'm just going to cast that over at him. Wisdom save is... It's not calculated in here. Give me 1 second. 8 plus 4 plus proficiency mod, which I think is 4 at this point.
Yep.
16.
4.
There you go.
Great big
3.
4.
You're right. It's 3. That's what I was looking
at. So he's viciously mocked.
Ooh. There you go.
If he had eyes, he'd be crying. His tear ducts are covered in scar tissue.
And now that I've insulted him, I'm going to move to the other side of Robin.
Okay.
Hide behind brave Sir Robin.
Mm-hmm. How much damage did you do?
Sir Robin.
Give me 1 second here. It's 2d4. 1 and 2. 5 damage.
5 damage. There we go. I mean, like I said, he's got like a plank of wood sticking out of his eye, a bunch of daggers already in him. It's kind of hard to tell how wounded he is. But you just saw Joego light him up twice. Boom, boom. All right, and then you moved. It's Robin's turn.
First, I'm going to say to Oliver, "You kiss your mother with that mouth." Ooh. And then I'm going to say, guys, is it just me or did he like kill everybody in here? Hasn't there been some attempted mind control in the past or something? And then I'm going to shoot at him with another bolt.
Okay. All right.
Well, at least maybe we can bring him down for a second.
I'm waiting for the voice of reason to break in.
Yeah.
I'm kind of letting Joego just subdue him.
That's true.
Okay, I won't shoot him then. God.
Okay. So Robin's not going to shoot.
But I am going to prepare a pot of oil pot.
Okay.
A flask, just in case.
Just in case. Okay. In case you need to burn this fool.
Yep. In case we need to burn this mother down.
All right.
Gonna go ahead and hide again. So good luck hiding behind nothing.
You remember? I do believe, unless Jardon.
I didn't move.
Yeah, you haven't. You're still hidden, and you rolled 29 last time.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know how Oliver found me. So
I don't know. It was a 39 actually, because you do still have a pass without trace on, unless Jardon isn't concentrating on it anymore.
Yeah.
I guess
you weren't in sneak mode. That's why.
Right. Okay.
Oh. Sorry.
There we go. You thought he cast fairy fire on Yabo. He casts it on Robin, so he knows where to hide.
All right. So are you doing anything with your action then, Robin?
I'm gonna hold it
Until
somebody attacks me.
okay. Jardon.
He's going to get closer. He's examining the bodies as he goes along, and we'll try and use most of his action to insight, and with guidance. Oh, not great.
Mm-hmm.
Is this? I guess he could cast detect magic too. He'll do that to see if he's under some sort of mind control, or is he just trolling out?
Okay. So detect magic will cancel the pass without trace.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can see that your initial detect magic does reveal that he has an abjuration effect on him. It's faint, not particularly strong, and somewhere in the room is an illusion effect. You can perceive the wispy strands of illusion magic just in the room somewhere. But he does not appear to be sort of mind control magic enslaves him or ensnares him.
All right. So he will share this aloud. He is just being himself, but there is a presence here. Other magic, illusions. Eyes open, boys. Joego, you keep him occupied. And he will start to try and track down that other aura.
Okay. Joego.
All right. So this time, Joego will just try and grab him.
Okay.
16.
16 is oh yeah, you don't have to hit. I sometimes forget what the rules are too, so it's no big deal. Here we go.
If there was like a YouTube channel or something we could watch.
Right? You would think that it seems like a thing that would exist, but I've never heard of such a thing. I got a 17.
Maybe you can send a question into Andrew. I think he might be able to answer it for you.
Yes, I've heard that. I've heard that he puts up videos like that sometimes.
So I'll use my second attack to try the same thing. Stay still, Yabo.
Ah, there we go. Yes. All right. So you finally get Yabo in a lockdown.
All right. So now I can't move. All he can do is attack me. Perfect.
Okay.
Got him right where I want him, boys.
Nice. So these two giant slabs of meat are wrestling in the middle of this blood-soaked tap room, so it is Yabo's turn next, and it's going to trying to claw. He drops like the keg shield and is just trying to like claw you up. His other hand is totally normal, by the way. It just looks like a half troll, half orc hand. All right. Oh, that is a crit on Joego.
Oh yeah, it's even got the nice flowery sword.
Yeah.
I love that. Glad I'm raging because now it's just normal damage.
Right. He rakes his skeleton hand across your back. Let's see. So that's going to be 17 slashing.
Ooh. All right.
And then he's not trying to like fend you off or anything. He's just trying to scrape at you with his claws. His other hand is like a big ham hock that he's just punching you with.
Right. Did you say he's blinded?
Yes, he's blinded.
So this attack should be with disadvantage, right?
Oh, they certainly should. Thank you for reminding me. All right, let me give this second one. So that would be an 11 to hit.
I will not.
That's no hit. You should probably not take that critical damage, I bet. That's 2 misses, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Neat.
So he's attempting to scratch at you, just a minor flesh wound, and attempting to punch you, but he keeps missing you.
Nice.
Thank you for reminding me. I always forget advantage, disadvantage. It's instructive. We're all human. And he's just like spinning around the room. I'm going to go ahead and he's kind of more right here now. Jogo's sort of with him when you grabbed him. He's trying to spin you around or something, but you've got him locked down. It's a crazy mess. Oliver.
I guess I'd have to kiss my mother since yours isn't around.
Ooh,
And I will.
That's a sick
You
burn
just-
for an
You just
orphan.
cast vicious mockery on me?
I will. I'll step up and I'll just fire a couple of arrows into him. Try to sink into him here. So give me 1 second. Actions. I've got longbow 1. First attack for 17.
Yeah, you get advantage with that. So yeah, he's blind, so everybody gets
Okay,
advantage.
so there's 6 damage, and then I've got that hits, and then whoops, not what I want. I want this right here, and then another 13. Oh wait, that did not work. Sorry, one more time, and then I guess another 13. That is
Okay.
the correct dice.
Nice. So 2 of your arrows sink into him.
I'm sorry, it had to be said.
And you can see how they thwank into the armor plating on him. All right, you move anywhere? Do anything else?
That's it. I'm done.
All right, Robin.
Okay, so we are attacking him, huh?
I don't think Yabo can see. He's got something in his eye.
He's happy.
I wonder if he would calm down if he could see. What do y'all think?
You have something.
Do it. Yeah, I mean, can you just make his eye come back real quick?
Well, he's a troll. I'm gonna run up and pull that spear out of his eye.
There you go.
All right. So the spear has an AC of the spear's AC is 18.
Okay. Oh, and Oliver, your mom's a whore. So just a normal like attack, like
Yeah, I mean, you can add your proficiency to it.
yeah, and it's with advantage.
Correct.
So don't screw it up.
Well, that's a hit.
That's a hit. You sure you don't want to crit this one and see what happens if you Not a
I
roll.
removed the spear from his eye by pushing it through.
all the way through?
No.
That's all right. So yeah, Jogo's got him in like an arm lock, and he's avoiding Yabo's claws and fists. Robin just runs over and yanks the chair leg out of his eye.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna move back to my corner and throw the chair leg down and keep a lookout around the room because I don't know. I don't trust it.
Okay. Jardon.
Yes, he continues to try and identify the source of the magic while ducking underneath the troll's swings.
Okay. You can go ahead and make me a perception check for that.
You got it. 18.
It's difficult. I mean, you know, with illusion magic, it's hard to pin down the source of it. It could be something being masked, could be anything, but you don't spot any particular location for it.
Okay. So if that's not his full action,
He can still do something else. Yeah.
I'd like him to kind of duck and weave underneath the swings and get behind Joego there. And he will pat him. You're doing very good. Yes. Keep him in place. You should have another D4 on your next athletics.
Sweet. All right. Joego. I love the beard, by the way. That's awesome.
Thanks. Joego said, Yabo need to calm down. And this time I will try and push him to the ground.
Okay.
And let's see. So this will be athletics with advantage plus
Plus a D4.
plus a D4. So that is a 21.
I got a 21 as well. I'm going to say, let's see, 21. I'm going to say, this is like one of those AC is equal to or above. So you matched his roll and are the winner, just barely. So you push him to the ground.
I'll push him to the ground.
Okay. So with a loud thud and a small splash, Yabo shakes the floorboards of the tap room as he falls to the ground.
Easy, Yabo. Let your eyes heal.
You do anything else with your other attack?
I would just try and squeeze him until he I guess calms down.
Hold him a little closer.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh wait a minute, that's not what I want. I want
Hold me close, tiny Yago.
So a 17.
Okay.
Pruitt, I think you're secretly a bard, sir.
Oh yeah. See, definitely.
For 9 points of crushing damage.
Okay. So there is a Robin has come up and plucked the broken chair leg out of Yavo's face. At the same time, Joego kind of like throw your shoulder into him, trip him down onto the floor, and there's a brief moment where he's about to continue struggling, and instead Yabo just kind of like lays there on the floor, breathing heavily, and just kind of like he doesn't let go of his. He's not like quite let go of his grab and hold on Joego, but you can feel like the he's sort of like the tension begins to ease in him. You can feel.
Jardon will lean over him and start looking for wounds or anything else that may be problematic about him as he's calming.
Yeah, I mean, this guy even with his regeneration, it looks like he took a severe beating. There's wounds all over his body, broken off daggers in his ribs. There's a hatchet coming out of his back. That's in addition to the clearly chopped off hand that's slowly regrowing and having basically both eyes scratched out of his head. He's pretty wounded and pretty beat up.
You'll lay still now. We'll be all right.
Okay.
So he pulls out weapons and stuff.
Okay. So we'll go and kind of just loose initiative order here. Anybody else do anything while Yavo's just lying on the ground?
I will start like relaxing the tension on him and just kind of like pat him on the shoulders, and I'll come out of rage.
Okay. You can see his eye start to knit itself back together. The one that had the chair leg through it is probably going to take a while, but the one that was scratched up, you can kind of see he's just like looking around the room and sees Joego and just, Joego, is that you?
Yeah, Yavo, it's Joego. I understand Yavo did not recognize Joego. He's got his new hat.
Yavo's kind of quiet for a second.
It is to keep out the ghosts.
Yeah.
And the brain eater. Don't forget the brain eater.
Could have used one of those, Joego.
Seriously, my mother is a whore. That's the best you could do? That is just pathetic, Robin.
A ghost? There was a ghost in here?
There is the sound of someone moving in the water and the ale and the blood that's all mixed up on the floor. Coming kind of from behind you guys.
Yeah, I will roll off of Yabo and kind of look to see what's going on over there.
You just see one of Yabo's crew members, just like a human, standing next to the keg where like half a second ago there was nobody.
Hey, you there! Where you come from?
I've been here the whole time, Joego. I didn't see any need to interrupt your masterful takedown of Yavo.
No takedown. Joego, help Yavo.
Yes, clearly. And in the way that I wasn't quite able to. Thank you. And the Yabo's crew member just kind of walks over to Yabo. Yabo's sort of sitting up on his elbows. And at this point, his eye has gotten enough functionality back that he's clearly looking around the room and lets out just a tremendous, those poor bastards.
What the hell happened here, Yabo?
Something knocked down the door. It just blew it right off its hinges. And then next thing I know, the man next to me is stabbing me in the ribs and other breaking a chair over my back, and it just was. I could feel something in my head. I could feel it trying to bore its way in, so I took a chair and I shoved it in my eye.
That is a luxury that your co-workers obviously did not share.
Yeah.
Luckily that it was around.
Yeah. Well, I blacked out after that. I'm not sure what else happened, but
Oh, really? Okay.
doesn't look like it was pretty.
Did you get a good look?
I didn't see anything. Something happened.
Of course you didn't see anything. Why would you see anything?
The other crew member comes and takes a chair, sits it upright, sits down on it. I saw the whole thing.
So while this is happening, Jardon would like to, as he's suspicious of some sudden appearance in the faint remnants of illusionary magic, will focus his detect magic on the new guy, as his concentration wasn't broken on it yet, while giving Robin an eye and Oliver, as they're standing next to each other, of pay attention to this one.
Okay. So your focus on your detect magic on him, you can see that there is radiating sort of a faint illusory magic. It's not the same kind as you detected before, but it's definitely illusory. You can also detect hints, whiffs of enchantment about him as well.
You said where he came from, there was like casks of ale and stuff.
Yeah, there's like this wooden wall back here in the back, and a giant keg that's been, the top portion of it's been ripped off. Most of the ale inside of it is washed out onto the floor here. It looks like there's a room beyond this wooden wall that the keg sort of straddles.
So I'm going to examine, the shelf over here, see if there's any bottles left.
There's a couple that survived.
Joego will take one and start drinking.
Okay.
Oh, this is not bad.
Help yourself, Joego.
You said you see everything?
Yes, I was at my customary watch when the doors flew off their hinges, and about half of the crew attacked Yabo, and the other half walked out the front door. It's as Yabo describes. He was viciously attacked by basically his family, and whatever psychic attack was forcing itself on him, he stopped it by shoving a plank into his brain. Shortly after, the creature of some type appeared in the air and began to remove the top of that one's head. And then the crew member kind of points to one of the bodies that, if you look over there, you can see it's just like top of the head gone. I saw it. It was tall and slender, a mass of eyes inside of its cowl.
How many eyes?
7 eyes I saw. Its head appeared bulbous, even though I couldn't get a good look at it. And it seemed rubbery or sinewy. I don't know what it did with the brain, but it kept it. I only saw it for a moment.
Well, I hear the goblins use the brains to make soup.
They do. This didn't look like a goblin to me, Joego. What's that insight for there?
Well, let's see if just his sense of his story, of his accounting.
You don't get a sense of any kind of deception on his part or anything like that. Although if you would, you wouldn't know. His version of the story matches up enough with Yabo's. and filling in holes where Yabo sort of blacks out and doesn't have a clear memory of it. The crew member that you're talking to now seems to have a very good memory, is able to answer your questions in precise detail, seems forthcoming. That's the impression that you have of them.
So, just a quick question. If half the men attacked Yabo and the other half walked out the door, how come you're still here? Did you feel anything?
Like I said, I was at my customary watch, and I've learned to quiet my mind and be still and unseen. And literally before your eyes, he just disappears.
Well, it is good for us that you are such a good watchman.
Back in the chair. Thank you. You see over the crew member, you see sort of a look of I don't know what you'd call it, a look of resignation or something come over his face, and like paint off of a fresh painting, just washes away this illusion, and you see a slight build, maybe a half-elf woman, sitting in the chair. She has a mask, kind of like a bandit mask, covering everything but her eyes, and she says, "I suppose that as long as we're being forthcoming, I'll drop the disguise and discuss matters with you face to face. Although you'll have to forgive me the mask."
Okay. So we'll be half face to face.
It's most people don't even see this much of me.
So I take it you're Yabo's caster?
You probably know me as Hostilian. That will do for now.
Oh, the warlock! Yes, of course, yes. We've heard tales of your feats.
By now, Yavo's moved to a chair as well and is just kind of sitting in it. It groans under his bulk.
Tell me something, Hostilian. I've always been curious. I've heard rumors, of course, nasty rumors, that warlocks in particular get their magical capabilities from demons and the sort. Would you know anything about that? I'm awfully fascinated by the whole ordeal.
I know that it's possible, but that is not where I draw my power from.
Oh, do tell, and where do you draw your power from? If you don't mind me prying a bit. We are getting to know each other.
Mm-hmm. If you must know, I've made a pact with some of the more powerful Fey Lords of the city. They give me a degree of freedom of movement and mostly just freedom to move as I please throughout the city.
Well, that's wonderful to hear. I'm very, very happy to hear that you're not consorting with demons and the like, especially
not like your old friend Zelakai. No, I don't consort with demons. You can tell there's a bit of acid in that.
How much exactly do you know of our dear friend Zelakai?
I know that some time ago, I couldn't tell you exactly when, he and the other luminaries decided to bring a fiend into this world for some purpose I have yet to fathom, and they lost control of it. Beyond that, I'm afraid I don't know much else. Although I do think that we've become mixed up in it. You can hear the anger in her voice on that.
Yes, well, aren't we all?
Yes, we are. Dun, dun, dun.
Why did you steal the boy?
We were approached by a individual offering a substantial amount of gold for a mild kidnapping. Don't rough him up. Don't make it messy. Paid in cold gold right there. It seemed fishy, but it was a lot of money, and we weren't going to complain about having it all up front.
Maybe this why you've mixed up now.
You're probably right, Joego. In fact, I think you're absolutely right. There's a menace or something about the neighborhood that's preyed upon us all, and I'm afraid that this is connected to it, but I don't have all the pieces. And you can see she's kind of like antsy in her chair, her like legs bouncing up and down, kind of that kind of demeanor. What about everybody else? So what are y'all doing right now? Right now, mostly just like standing around. Anybody checking anything out? Stalking? What's up?
Yeah, I'm gonna be kind of just checking the perimeter, walking around, like looking out the windows, seeing if I see anybody. I don't know.
I mean,
I look out and anything gives me a headache.
No headaches. Although, I mean, it's like getting to be early morning, and so the city is waking up, and you can, I mean, looking outside, people are, the streets are getting a little bit busier. The morning vendors have come out. It's full on early winter morning in the great city.
So Zalakai get demon thing,
Mm-hmm.
then demon thing get out, then Curio go talk to Ghost, but Curio can't talk to Ghost because you guys hit him on the head and take him. Now there's a thing killing everything. So who hired you to get Curio?
Hostilian replies. Yabo just shrugs his shoulders like, I don't know. But Hostilian says, I believe it was either the demon or someone sent on the demon's behalf that initially contacted us. I don't know much about the demon, but I do know that it's can change its shape.
Oh, this demon is so smart.
It could be any one of us. And you see her like eyes darting between each of you.
Joego begins to look a little frightened. Am I a demon? I don't want to be the demon.
You're not. Helmet make it so. No. In fact, let me do this.
He will go from each one of the party members and put a little red X on their forehead, which is the smart thing to do whenever their doppelganger and shapeshifters around. Right?
Red X.
All right. Okay, so suitably marked.
But Jardon does have a question.
You know anything about
To the warlock.
time lost creatures, magic, elven magic of time?
The only magic I know that can manipulate time is elven magic, but no creatures that travel through it. Not that I know of. Is that what you think came here last night?
It is one of our current suspicions, but you'll say this creature, tendrils, 7 eyes. Any idea of this? We have encountered similar accounts.
Other than what I told you, I'm not sure that I have much else useful. It appeared out of nowhere, not unlike an invisibility spell, but not one that I was able to detect or sense the presence of. It seemed to just step out of the very air itself. It didn't seem bothered at all by Yabo's presence. It just calmly took this poor man's brain, and then it disappeared again.
Is there anything special about the man's brain that they took?
No, I mean, looking at him, it's a human.
Oh, I was just asking Hostilian, like, does he have any special rank in the y'all's gang?
Not that I know of, no. Just an enforcer.
Joego will go over to the one that lost his brain and kind of like roll him over so I can see his face. Does he know him?
Yeah, you've seen him before. You've had fisticuffs with him.
Oh, Joego, no, George. No one wants George for his mind. I tell you that.
Maybe it wanted it for his body. Maybe that's how the shapeshifter works. If it eats your brain, it can become you. I don't know. You might see him again.
That's a possibility. I don't know. She like draws her cloak tightly about her and sits up in the chair.
Zelakheim mind also taken, but we have not seen him. This is probably good. If we see him again, he is not real. Grab.
That would probably be true, yes.
No red X.
So,
Joego still think they're making soup.
So, Hostilian, let me ask you, what exactly do you plan to do about all of this nasty business? It seems to me that you have been at the forefront, at least your gang, of being targeted by this creature, monstrosity, demon. So, tell me, what plans have you cultivated in the last hour as you've watched your good troll friend here stab himself in the face?
She considers your question for a minute or two. I'm confident I could disappear and it would never find me. But at this point, I think that that's foolish. If there's a demon on the loose, I will help in any way that I can. My talents are more information gathering and subterfuge than direct confrontation, though.
Finding is what we need much. Finding this demon and which of the luminaries are associated with it. We have potion crafted that will let us identify anything masked in such a way, but many choices cannot simply wander around looking.
I understand. She stands up from the chair, sort of brushes herself off, looks at Yabo. I propose an alliance, temporary, of course. I know that there's a lot of bad blood between Yavo's gang and particularly Joego, but the rest of you as well.
Mm-hmm.
However, I do believe that we have an enemy that is far greater than our rivalry.
Joego head hurt. Joego's so confused. One demon or two demons? Time thingy? Many eyes? Are these different? The same? Joego's so confused.
She struggles for a moment. I think they might be two in alliance with each other. Maybe one summoned the other. I'm not sure. But I do think that they are two separate things.
Yeah, there's this thing that's locked out of time, and then there's the demon.
Yes. Terrible thing.
You see, Hostilian, what Jardon said is absolutely on the nose. We have one luminary dead, and 4 who possibly have betrayed him. But perhaps maybe your Fae friends could help us narrow down which one that might have been.
Of course. I'm on speaking terms with Crotus, although it has been some time since we met. I could start with him, check in on the others. It would take some time, but assuming that we are all in agreement, I can get to work immediately.
Joego not know about demons and fae and luminaries, but Joego know the street. On the street, you don't attack unless you want something someone has, or they try and take something from you. So do you try and take something, or you have something they want?
I think that we had something that they wanted. Perhaps it was to quiet us, tying up a loose end. Maybe they wanted Yabo for their plaything.
I mean, it very well could be, y'all were hired to get Curio out of the way. You're a loose end.
Definitely a loose end. I take this very personally. So Do we have an agreement? She extends her hand out to, I guess, Oliver at this point.
I kind of look back over the group. Yes, my dear, I believe that we do. And I'll reach out and shake her hand.
Okay.
So, do we only have a limited amount of that potion to be able to see shape changers, right?
Daronia is in the process of making it right now.
Okay.
She presumably knows how to make more, and Zelikai's manse is well stocked with all manner of components. And
Okay.
And
Otherwise, we're going to say maybe we should have a funeral and get all the luminaries together, and then we could just drink the potion. We could see who it is. I don't know. Just a thought.
That might still be a good idea.
that's not a bad idea, actually. I like that idea.
Because I know we were trying to keep it quiet, but it would be a way to bring everybody out. I don't know.
And perhaps
Maybe
it
a
could
trade?
turn our allies onto the traitors.
Mm-hmm.
Unless, of course, they've all betrayed us, in which case we're fucked. But, you know.
I think if they'd all betrayed us, then the luminaries are more than capable of taking over the neighborhood.
Maybe they need something else. Who knows?
Perhaps.
Maybe the neighborhood is not all they desire.
Yeah. But of course, by doing that, we're then opening up, Zalakai's area, to be taken over.
Yes. Well, at some point, someone will find out that he's. Someone will find out.
Currently, this is just Dave talking, not Joego.
Yeah.
Currently, they apparently know something that's important enough for them to be attacked for, but they haven't given us any useful information.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe one of you guys should interrogate them more.
So at least during this, maybe this will help in that direction. But I'd like Jardon to kind of, with his detect magic still a few minutes left, kind of just do a thorough investigation of the room you're in and that back room to see if there's any evidence, anything left behind by this creature, anything at all.
Okay. So the back room is a cramped kitchen of some kind with a bunch, mostly just like kegs in it, and some snacks and things like that for when the boys get hungry. Otherwise, it's empty. You don't find anything remarkable in it. In terms of magic, Hostilian obviously has several magical, like looks like maybe a magical amulet and a magical ring. And Yabo has a magical ring that's the source of his abjuration effect that's on him. Looking around the room, it doesn't appear as though there's any other clues. I mean, the place is a mess. You could spend a long time like going through everything, checking all the bodies, things like that. But at the moment, there's not anything that you find with just like a quick search.
Yep.
But
maybe just try and memorize that other illusionary aura and do what he can to.
Okay.
Just looking for any clues or we need a direction now.
There is an odd looking around like the room, particularly where Hostilian was like, here's where she saw this creature. There is an odd magical residue when you get up close. It's difficult to see from far away, but as you get close, it's sort of it lays like a light dusting on everything around it. And as you perceive it with your senses opened up to the magical auras of the world, it has kind of an electric purple, would be how you might describe it, dusting over everything. You can use either investigation or survival to track it if you want. You're muted.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll clue the others in. I roll an investigation already, but I can do a survival, which is even better. Actually, it's slightly less.
Raging clue.
I see your investigation there.
Okay. And there's the survival.
Okay. So 21. Yeah, it's you can see that the trail, you got to be like right up on it, maybe about a foot or so away to really get a good glimpse of it. But it leads from this corner here where Robin was standing earlier, and where the brainless thug was had his brain removed, and extends out the door and about 5 feet into the street before disappearing.
Wait,
Damn.
did you just like detect his tachyon particles?
There is, yes. I will know this aura again if we come across it. Very distinct smell.
He'll use druid craft to kind of make a little floaty, spory looking visualization for the others.
Okay. It's electric purple dust.
It tastes like grape soda.
Yeah.
Grape drink.
Grape drink.
Now what then? We need a plan or go one to the next.
Well, they did say that half of Yavo's men went out the door. Aren't men easier to track than electric, blue, purple, ghost dust thingies?
It depends on the men, but
How many did they take, by the way? What's the count?
Yeah, Hostilian, what's a...
Yabo's brain is still healing, and so he's just kind of like, talk to her. And Hostilian's like 10 of them walked out
In which direction did they go?
south.
Did they still have tongues, by the way? Just curious.
They still had tongues when they left. They just got up and walked out.
So Joego will head out in that direction and start peeking around, looking to see if he can see where a bunch of people went, and absolutely not.
I mean, there's too many tracks to be useful.
Well, are there any of the street urchins around?
Oh yeah, they're all over the place.
Joego, do you want to work your magic with the children?
Joego pulls out his dog whistle that only works on street urchins. And he comes. He's like Aquaman, but with street urchins.
2 or 3 of them just like come running. They like respawn right around the corner and just come running out.
Oh, good. I was looking for you, Small Sebastian.
Hey, Joego.
I got another job for you.
Oh,
And I will give him like one of the bottles of liquor.
okay. So it's Small Sebastian and Fabian Four Eyes are there. They're similar in age. And they take it. They're like, we don't know. We'll take it.
Fabian, I've not seen you in many moons, Fabian.
Hi,
doing
Joego.
well?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Are you eating?
Trying to.
Like I fish out like a cookie from one of my pockets and brush the lint off of it and then hand it to him.
He just takes it.
A bunch of Yavo's guys leave here a little while ago.
Uh-huh.
Have you seen them?
They point to the 2 that followed you here. I'm like, there's a couple. Is that
No, there's like
what you meant?
there was like, and I start counting on my fingers 1, 2 until I get to 10. There was 10 Yavo's guys, and they were probably walking funny and staring off, maybe drool a little.
Oh, okay.
Talk to some of the other guys, round them all up.
Okay, we'll do that, Joego. Where do you want us to meet you?
You can find us at Zalakai's.
Okay.
And Joego makes soup.
Oh, we'll be there for lunch. They run off. I mean, yeah, the streets are crowded right now. There's probably within, quick head count, more than 100 people walking around in the streets and coming out of their apartments and things like that. So there's urchins all over the place.
Now, the manse is going to be a total flop house. It's going to be the second orphanage. It's going to be like the other orphanage, only there's no supervision.
Right. It's eventually going to get all tagged up and the windows boarded over and
We improve where we can.
uh-huh. All right. So anything else you guys do at the Frothy Goat tap room? Because otherwise Hostilian's about to ghost out of here.
No, Joego can't think of anything that needs his attentions.
Okay. She lets Oliver know that she'll be in touch. Either her or an associate of hers will get in touch with you.
Wonderful. I love surprises.
I get the impression from Oliver that this whole situation is just like this is too much. They just demons and brain-eating monsters.
He's just in it now, and there's no fucking turning back.
One thing before Hostilian go, can you do one thing?
Sure, Joego.
Can you put on Oliver's face?
Yeah, she becomes Oliver. She just looks like Oliver looks.
That is great. Do Robin now. Do Robin.
All right, she becomes Robin.
Can you do Jardon?
She becomes Jardon.
Can you find things like Jardon now?
Not as well as Jardon, no. Or as quickly, perhaps. And then she becomes Joego.
Oliver, Robin, Jardon, can we keep her?
I think she likes her freedom. That's why she sold her soul. So, which is ironic in a way.
It's a bargain, not a sale.
Oh, okay.
He meant no offense, my dear. He meant no offense.
Mm-hmm.
I lean in. How about a little ghost type of spirit-looking creature?
We want her to look like a ghost?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. She looks like a ghost.
Gentlemen,
The door that is like partially hanging off the hinge is gone as
Gentlemen.
Joego runs through it.
there is a demon threatening the lives of everyone in this district. We should save the festivities and playing for later, I think, please.
Yes, of course you're right. Of course you're right, Jardon.
It's a big celebration. We do all sorts of tricks.
We look forward to your visit with, hopefully, some useful information. Hostilian?
You should hear from me by this evening. I suppose if you don't hear from me, then you'll know something terrible has happened. And then she turns and walks out this back door. Unless...
Yabo, you will be all right. You go down to sewers in your hideout, rest up.
Yeah, Yabo looks at you with his one cloudy eye, and yeah, I'm gonna lay low for a while. I know where to go.
Maybe some soup make you feel better.
Thanks, Joego. Well, I got some. I'll get something later. And he kind of just sits there for a minute before he creaks up and like pulls a dagger out, takes the hatchet out of his back.
Brothers, we must decide what we are going to do now. Time is ticking, I think. We need to find this demon soon. How we do this?
Well, frankly, I'm all ears, Jardon.
Well, when Joego get hungry and all the good eat spots, he can't find nothing. Sometimes he puts out bait, and then he sets a trap.
Jardon looks over at Robin expectantly.
Well, I think having Zelakai's funeral might do it. He says he wants bait. This demon's probably pissed off that these wizards summoned it into the world. It might want revenge. If we get them all in the same spot, maybe it'll take a shot at one of them. I don't know. What do you think?
That is not what I expected you to say just then, but yes.
Oh, sorry. I've been calculating over here the best course of action.
Joego said something about being bait, and I thought you would say something that you that problem that we talked about last time and having issues. No, it was right there. I thought,
Oh, yeah. I get
you
it.
like to make the funnies, huh?
I do like to make the funnies. I got to get a grip on that, huh? There it is.
But sorry, serious.
Yeah, sorry.
Summoned to one place would mean, yes, we could sleuth them out, but what if it is more than one? We would have powerful mages there.
In close
Big risk.
proximity to us. Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure.
You said you had concert with one of them already. Yes, you will
Yeah,
be
but
meeting with him.
that's in how many days was that, Jim Day? That was like at the end of the week, right?
Oh, that you were going to meet again.
The opening of the play at the Cerulean whatever.
Cerulean Rose.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, it's like the end of the week. It's at least a couple of days away.
Yeah, it's a few days away. So that, that's definitely a place that we could scout out and get some more information.
So right now, I have in my as sort of leads that we've talked about before. We had the Duronius potion that she's making, which you would presumably use at the funeral or some other location to kind of get an idea for what these are.
Mm-hmm.
The book, Denizens of the Outer Spheres by Cadrek, the arch heretic. Cadrex, the arch heretic, that still needs to be read. Although Curio and Lucian are back at the manse, presumably doing something about that.
Right.
We're talking about starting having a funeral for Zelakai in order to draw potentially some or all of them out and use the potion on an inn. So what's the plan here?
Well, I think it might be a little ironic that you said it was time for us to put aside our parties, and instead, perhaps Robin is right. Maybe we should throw one.
You mean like throw a wake for him?
I think that might be the smart play. There should be allies, hopefully, if the gods are willing, still in the luminaries. While one, or perhaps two, or, gods forbid, 3 of them are in on this disaster going about, maybe we can lean on the one, or at least glean which one is capable of helping.
But as concerning counterpoint, what if when they discover that Zelakai is dead, if they do not already know, this prompts them to more dangerous actions?
Yeah, they could try to come in and take his library, his stuff. I mean, there's nobody defending his manse that's on par with them. That's the other edge to this sword.
I think we must be careful about when and how we reveal Zelakai to be dead. Weekend dead Mortis. Wait, what did I say? Perhaps we could...
What if we got Hostilian to pretend to be Zelakai?
Or you or Oliver are good pretenders. I think revealing it too soon is very risky.
This is very true.
As much as I appreciate the sentiment, Jardon, I don't particularly enjoy being bait personally. I took a vow a few years back, so, maybe Hostilian would make for a better accomplice in this particular plan.
Yeah, and the way she's changed faces like that, I mean, she's a lot better than I am.
And I assure you, I'm great at throwing my voice. No problem.
Hostilian, who's still around, it's like, I don't like it.
What?
Yeah.
Shit.
But I can see the logic in it. And I'm not sure that I'd be able to today, but there's some merit in it. I can pretend. I will play my part.
Let us be clear then. Our plan is to lure the other 4 luminaries. Must coincide with the potion being ready.
Yeah.
To Zelakai's manse, under the guile that we are having, Zelakai himself is having a party. And while there, we do our best to discern the truthfulness of their essence and their auras and their intentions. And then we reveal when we have discovered them, and we use Warlock to pretend to be living Zelakai to keep the ruse.
What if we instead of bringing him to the manse, what if we maybe have the party at head back over to the deep pillow?
Yes, but the manse has the guardians, which we may very well need.
Joego know what we need more than anything. Vandermoose. No one knows more about parties than Vandermoose.
Oh, Joego, you are correct.
Perhaps this is a great idea. Because we won't be able to forge Zelakai's signatures, we could have Vandermoose go and make the arrangements that Zelakai is having a party, having a shindig to honor the luminaries.
Or we could just say it's a fundraiser for the orphanage.
The others not care so much. Zelakai, one of his virtues is his charity, yes, but something has to lure them. Perhaps when we invite them, it would give us some clue too. Their attitude, perhaps even lingering aura. Many considerations.
Robin,
So yes,
could you deliver these notes personally to each of the luminaries? Should one or more of them be traitors, they may find your query suspect.
This is true. But I think I could do it. I'm of course going to need. I'm of course going to need my manservant Thomas.
You're Robin Steele. You'll be fine.
Joego help. Joego like to be Thomas.
Yeah. Joego
like to be Sir Thomas.
Sir Thomas.
Sir Thomas.
I apologize. I did not mean any disrespect, sir.
Wait. There's one problem. We'll need to get Joego a new pot.
Joego find them at the luminaries. They probably have really good pots.
I'm sure you will, Joego. I'm sure you will.
we
Did
must.
Joego get new pants?
Yes. So, what say you, Jardon?
We must decide when we can do this. It is not today. We must know how long until potion is ready. So a few days. I will if you don't mind. I have special recipe for party food I have been working on. I can stay behind and make preparations while you make invitations. I think it is our best plan. We cannot go about looking all over the city, so we bring most likely culprits to us. Is good idea. Dangerous, but good.
I agree.
All right.
So this is what I say. I say we have a fundraiser at the Deep Pillow. Oliver Ridley is headlining. We're doing it for the kids. We bring everyone out. It's going to be awesome.
And most importantly, it is being hosted by the one and only Zelakai. Very important that is delivered as part of the invitations.
Oh,
that he is alive and well and kicking, as they say.
One question. How Zelakai do that without a brain?
Well, we're gonna pretend that he's still alive, Joego.
Oh,
We're gonna fool him. We're gonna bamboozle him. We're gonna do a bamboozle.
Joego looks a little crestfallen, thinking about all the times he's been bamboozled.
Now you get to do it to them.
Yeah, that's true.
It is like that time, Joego, when you and Jardon, we made that stew, and we told the others that it was squirrel meat, but actually, it like that time. Okay?
All right. So we've got a plan to have Robin and Joego go around in their alter egos, deliver a bunch of invitations that Zelakai is throwing a party at the Deep Pillow for the Briar Patch House.
Briar Patch House.
In the meantime, Oliver's prepping for his set. Jardon is doing some mild cooking. Daronia is fixing the potion, and Hostilian is trying to gather what information she can by the end of the day. Do I have that correct?
We're going to throw a party, and we're going to catch a demon.
All right.
Let's do it.
So yeah,
if there is a... Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, so yeah, probably need to go back to the manse. We can forge some invitations with the proper signatures and whatnot.
All right.
And if there's extra time, Jardon will also be reading the Cadric's book, Perhaps All Things Stew.
Okay. So the two thugs who had followed you here basically hang out with Yabo and go with him to their hideout while he's going to rest up. Hostilian had disappeared at some point, with with the promise that you'd hear from her again by the end of the day. Everyone else is headed off down back to Zelakai's manse. Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, we are.
Can we officially dub those guys as service thugs at this point? Because Yava's going to need a little help getting around.
He's like walking out of there with a hand on his hip and holding his head. Oh.
Seeing eye thugs, my favorite kind.
Yes. They get a little vest. So heading back to Zelakai's manse, you mix and mingle with the foot traffic of the early morning in the great city. Pass south through the street of spells and all the street vendors and the smells of morning meals being cooked. Is Oliver doing all right over there?
I'm doing fine, buddy. I'm doing just fine.
And in no time at all, you make it back to the manse and find that new children have shown up.
Wait, new children have shown up to the manse?
The front door is open, and there's a bunch of them crowded on the front steps playing a game of some kind.
So the manse is popping.
Of the manse.
Yeah, there's probably there's at least 6.
The steps of the manse, right?
Yeah, correct.
So anyone that sees this is going to be like, Zalakai has literally lost his mind. What is going on?
That's why you're having the party at the other place, right?
Well, exactly. Now what it looks like is the Briar Patch house is overflowing. He's having to keep kids at his manse, and his manse can't take it anymore. So we're going to need to get these kids in some place because his manse is getting overrun. Right?
Exactly.
Good coverage.
Exactly.
The Briar Patch Auxiliary.
Yeah. All right. So it sounds like we've got a couple hours of downtime heading up while Robin makes some forged invitations, or just regular invitations, I guess. And then everybody else just kind of putzes around for a while. What are you guys doing for the next little bit until, let's say, lunch? Until lunch.
Now, Oliver is just going to he's just going to prepare for the set tonight.
Okay.
Joego is literally running a full-blown soup kitchen at this point. He's
Gotcha.
even inviting in full-grown hobos to eat.
not just the street children.
Yeah. This whole place now smells like a hobo's ass. It's awful.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them that are camped out in the main room. Curio is nowhere to be found. He seems to have retreated to the bowels of the ziggurat in order to avoid all this. And Lucian had left a note that said he'd read a bit of the book, Weird Stuff Man, and that he would be back at his workshop whenever you needed him, getting some stuff ready. So a couple hours pass. Uneventfully, Robin has made his invitations. Food is being prepared.
Would you like a forgery roll?
Yeah, I would actually. Give me a deception modified by intelligence.
We're doing this the next day at least, right? We have
Assuming,
a warlock, yeah.
Yeah. Daronia reports that the potion is coming along well and should be ready before evening.
Before evening the next day, or before this
Like
evening?
today. Like it'll be ready before. Yeah.
Now, are we going to be able to rest up?
I mean, should be. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
why don't we say that this little shindig is it's a spur of the moment thing, but it'll be tomorrow evening. Does that sound good?
That sounds very good. Yeah, you got to give people time to get ready, right?
But not too much time.
But not too much time. So you'll say the next evening at the Deep Pillow, Zelakai's fundraiser for the Briar Patch House.
Look at that.
Boom, boom, boom.
Not bad.
All right. So that's a 21 for the forgery.
Guidance. There you go.
Oh yeah,
There you
of
go.
course.
So Vandermouse and Sir Thomas are going to have to come out.
Boom. There's my disguise kit. As I put on my white curly wig and powder my nose and put on my nice little beauty mark.
Your nice digs.
All right, now are we going to be able to like split up again, or are we going to like stick together?
Well, that's up to y'all. Are you wanting to?
Jardon, are you going to hang out at the manse?
I think that is most in character for him, and he's got some stews to watch over and reading to do and a potion to. Yeah, a lot hinges on being ready. So,
Okay.
yeah, you guys can head out to do the other stuff.
Yeah, I want to go with Joego and Robin then.
Okay.
If that's the case.
Okay. So you're spreading these invitations to like at least the 5 luminary or the other 4 luminaries, and then just notable people that Vandermouse knows along the way.
Yeah, a couple people that he's robbed in the past that he knows that
Gotcha.
have donated to the orphanage before.
Right.
Without their
Of course
knowledge.
yeah. Well, I mean, with and without, they gave a little.
Substantial contributions.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, all right, that works. So we've got like literally just right up the street is Uther's manse. We'll just kind of play out visiting the homes of the 4 other luminaries than like all these others. Most people accept the invitation and
Right.
express desire to attend. And
Now
wonderful surprise.
is Uther is the no
Uther.
Chris is the hobgoblin.
Crotus is the hobgoblin, correct. So Uther is the dwarven a former imperial mage, and of all of them he is the wealthiest and most influential of the bunch, and also the one that Zelakai got in the argument with after they'd summoned the demon. Because Uther was like, you got to take care of it. You got to get rid of this thing.
Right.
That kind of thing.
Okay.
So Uther's house is in the dwarven style, big flying buttresses, and it towers over the rest of the neighborhood by at least 4 or 5 stories. It's this gigantic stone edifice that he lives in. Uther is a confirmed bachelor, and and contrary to dwarven fashion, has not joined a large family and sort of extended his clan network. He's a bit of a loner that way. But the doorway to the visitor's entrance is available. And you might probably have been here several times in the past.
Yes. Well, I will go and make the proper gestures of calling, and I assume he has a servant up front.
Yes. So there is a grim-looking, bald-headed man that opens the door, and in the background, kind of further back into the sort of the entrance hallway, you can see 2 statues sort of turn their heads to look at, in the direction of the visitor's entrance. And the manservant, the butler that answers the door is like, good morning, sir. Mr. Vandermouse, may I presume?
Oh, it is. And please do remind me of your name. It has slipped my mind. I feel so ashamed right now.
You may call me Logos.
Oh, of course. How dreadful me for to forget. Logos. I have come to deliver an invitation of monumental importance. There's going to be a party.
He gives you a bored sort of what a great news kind of look. And he has like a tray that he extends out to you.
Could I possibly call on your man Uther in order to deliver this personally? Would that be at all possible?
I will deliver this to him, yes. He has an expressionless face.
And shall I just wait here for his response?
Did you put the invitation on the tray?
Yes. Here you go.
He's like, looks at you and then really gives Joego like a hard look. Just.
Oh, I see you noticed my manservant, Sir Thomas. Yes.
Yes.
Good morning.
If you require a response immediately, then please. The sitting room is this way. It's the room you sit in.
Oh, how quaint.
He takes you in, and this place is decked out. It's nice, it's spacious, airy in here, nice stonework, lots of decorations. This guy's had a long and storied career, and likes to show off. So he takes you just like down the hall into another room where there's a bunch of overstuffed chairs and, some drinks.
Okay. I'll just be scoping the place out.
Okay. The sitting room has a nice view of the Smithsonian, which is the library / museum that Uther sort of sponsors and keeps up.
I'm sorry, that's the Smithsonian?
It's the Smithsonian.
Okay.
Smithsonian Library. Yeah. It's like a giant domed building across the street. And so it takes maybe like 30 minutes for Logos to come back. And during that time, there's clearly an invisible servant of some kind in this room tidying up the place and refilling your drinks and things like that. But Logos returns and says, "My master Uther would be pleased to attend this evening, or to attend the party."
Oh, that is quite delightful. Please tell him many thanks, and I'm sure he will be able to help the children out most assuredly.
Most excellent. May I show you out?
Oh, please. I'm sure you have more important things to do. I know the way.
Very
When
well.
he came in, Joego may or may not have been in the process of slipping a decanter into one of his pockets.
I kind of nudge up next to Robin and kind of like whisper down and kind of bump him real quick.
I think you saw. Yeah.
Remind Zelakai. Remind him of Zelakai.
Oh, before I forget, yes, just so you know, Master Zelakai will be making a speech and a toast to kick the party off. So it is most important that Master Uther be there.
I understand, Mr. Vandermouse. I will be sure that Uther knows that Zelakai will be there in person.
Oh, thank you. You are too kind and too good. He should give you a raise. Tell him I said so.
Thank you, sir. You're too kind. Too kind by half. He walks you to walks the three of you to the front door and lets you back outside. If you're going by the geography and the layout of the neighborhood, Ethel would be next on your trip.
Okay, cool. Just blowing snot everywhere.
Well, that went. I guess it went. We're still alive.
Yeah, well, I mean, what do they know?
Well, after our last conversation and meeting with Ethel, my dear friend, I was under the impression that he knew about Zelakai's demise.
Oh yeah, we never really had a chance to follow up on that. I mean, you guys have presumably had a bit of downtime since Oliver noticed that, but I think as players we kind of forgot to follow up on that.
Well,
I mean, it takes a while to walk to the place, so.
Yeah, I mean, he most certainly, like you said, he made a bit of a face, so it seemed like. Well, I mean, hopefully we'll get to talk to him again since we just saw him the other night. Was that last night?
Yeah, that was last night.
Yeah.
It's just been a blur to me, to be honest. But
Yeah, it's been a rocket ride.
Joego, on your toes for this one. This letter. Let's just keep our eyes peeled. Yes.
Yeah.
Joego comes up on his toes and walks on his toes. Yes, on toes.
Splendid, my dear friend. Just beautifully done.
Oliver always know the right thing to do.
I hope he keeps Ghost away too.
Yeah.
Yes, I heard that. Something about strong calves.
So Ethel's manse is on the northern end of the neighborhood, actually not very far from Yabo's turf, and it's a modest house, not quite as large as either Uther or Zelikai's manses, but it is gaudy AF, right? Like it's stained glass windows and elaborate topiaries, and the whole thing's painted in these sort of garish colors, and it kind of stands out a bit. But you know, it, like all the others, there's a guest entrance that Vandermouse knows. He knows the protocols and the etiquette.
Mm-hmm. And he invited me to his thing, so
Absolutely,
I'm here returning an invitational favor.
absolutely.
This house is very pretty.
Yes, it's very pretty.
Yeah, we might be able to get you a new pot, Joego. We'll see.
Answering the door is an elaborate gold sort of filigreed construct of some kind. It looks like spun sugar on top of a cake. You know, it's got that kind of a feel to it. And it just kind of it's got like peacock plumage, and it's all gold and jade and topaz. I mean, it's just like absolutely garish. And it answers the door.
Oh well, aren't you a sparkling fellow? Is the Ethel of the house at home?
Ethel's voice comes out of this thing's beak or mouth or whatever you might call it. I am not in right now. Preparations at the Cerulean Rose are taking up most of my time. I would be happy to take your message, though.
So, Ethel, am I speaking to you now?
Because that's badass, bro. I'm just gonna put that out there.
I'm slightly taken aback right now, to be honest.
The construct stands motionless in front of you, and no, I'm afraid that this is an elaborate ruse, but I can accept messages, gifts, calling cards. Construct holds out its hand.
And what about very old friends?
Old friends are good.
Yes, I'm gonna lean just 1 second, my man. And I'm gonna lean over to Oliver and be like, do you just want to go to the Cerulean Rose, or do you want to leave the message here?
How dangerous do you think it is to go deliver it in person? Perhaps it'd be best if we don't give him the opportunity to prepare.
That is true.
Should he find the message when he returns tonight, that is a little less time and might work to our advantage.
That is true. I agree. Yes, it is just merely an invitation. You gave me one last night. I am here to give you one because that is what friends do. We give invitations to parties. So I hope to see you tomorrow night at Deep Pillow once again. For maybe a bit of a bite.
Most excellent, Mr. Vandermouse. I look forward to it.
Yes, and I'll leave the invitation. I bid you adieu, good sir, and good fortune.
Oh, and please give our best regards on behalf of Zelikai to Ethel.
Oh yes, he will be there. He will be giving the toast. We have to raise money for the wee ones.
The construct gives an elaborate bow that sends its peacock feathers wafting past your face. It takes your invitation and then bids you adieu.
And adieu to you too.
You're having way too much fun
Sorry,
with this.
that is an elaborate and ancient SNL reference, sir.
Sorry.
That's fine. I love it. So,
That I need statue bird thing.
oh yeah, yeah. Elementals are so boring.
Yeah, they are.
Lame.
Okay, so who's next on the luminary list?
Well,
Tertius?
Isadora is way on the other side of the neighborhood, her tower, and then Crotus is more towards the south side. It is not. I mean, both of them are away. It's a ways away. Probably gonna take like 30 minutes worth of walking to get there to either one of them.
So
Okay.
whoever. Let's do Isadora next.
Okay. So you walk across the northern end of the Street of Spells, and she is her tower is at the east end of the neighborhood, almost on the border with Goblin Town. This is not a pleasant part of the neighborhood. The people here live packed in tenement housing, and it's just kind of a real rundown. Lots of flop houses and hostels and grog shops and things like that.
I think Oliver could sing some Isadora down the road.
Yeah.
Hey.
I'd like this, probably like Joego's old neighborhood or something.
We got the jokes tonight, boys.
But her tower stands alone, a sort of like 10-story structure, nearly perfectly cylindrical. I mean, it's one of those things that could clearly only be a feat of magical engineering, given how precise the stones are put together and how sort of really just the precision of it. And it sort of stands there in its own kind of like lot, sort of overgrown with grasses and weeds and everything. And there's not really any buildings around it either.
Yeah, I'm going to default to Robin here.
All right.
That really high up.
Sorry, I was just writing stuff. Well, I guess go up and give a knock on the door.
Okay.
Here we go.
There is a you knock, nothing.
Oh, hello. Is the lady of the house at home? Give another knock.
Another knock. You're in the middle of your second knock. When the visitor's door opens, and you see Isadora standing in front of you. She seems plainly dressed. She is a dwarf, and is much like Uther, sort of rejects traditional dwarven society in terms of belonging to a big extended family. It's just sort of, as far as you know, her in this tower. And she regards you with a look of puzzlement. Like, Vandermouse?
Oh, my lady, yes, it is I, Jariah Vandermouse. On behalf of Zelakai and the Briarpatch House, I come to give you an invitation to a little soiree we are having tomorrow at the Deep Pillow.
Oh.
A bit of a fundraiser and just a night out. And I'll hold out the invitation for her.
She'll take the invitation. She takes the invitation.
And I just wanted to see if you could attend to help the wee ones.
Ah, yes, it's been too long. Perhaps it is time that I caught up with everyone.
Yes. And Zelakai will, of course, be there to make a toast and be the man of the hour, as he always is.
Naturally. She strokes her wispy sideburns, and I think that I be able to attend and find something to wear. It's been so long since I've been out.
Oh, yes. I mean, I'm sure with all of your studies and being one of your power, your days are just filled to the brim with learning and knowledge. And Jim, could I do like an insight or anything like at the
Yes.
mention of?
Yeah, you go for it.
Do you mind if I make one as well?
Not at all.
Because I suck at it.
Oh yeah, it's fine. Yeah, 15.
15. She appears to be telling the truth, but there's something off about her. Just in terms of, you mean, Isadora of all the luminaries was the most reclusive, the most secretive, and is a diviner to boot. And so there is something striking you as off about your interaction with her right now. You can't quite put your finger on it, though.
Okay. I bet she's not really there. But
What's up? Thinking?
yeah, I'm just thinking. Sorry.
That's okay.
Okay. Well, with that, I don't want to take up too much of your time,
Thank you.
but we do. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
I look forward to being there as well. It's, like I said, been quite a long time since I've been able to do any real socializing.
Well, until tomorrow, then.
Until the morrow. And she shuts the door, takes the invitation, and there you are, standing outside.
Okay.
I want to continue to walk away from the tower.
Uh-huh.
Like away from the tower.
Uh-huh.
So
Well, that went really well.
we're live again. That's of course wonderful. But she totally did it. Of course, you know that, right?
Did she? Did she do it?
It was her. Of course.
You're positive on that? I don't know. She seemed fine to me. What did I roll? 7? Yeah, she seemed fine to me.
What'd she do?
She accepted the invitation, of course.
How dare she? How very dare.
Yes, there was an air of dare about her.
All right, let's head over to the fourth one.
All right.
Yeah.
Crotus is last. A hobgoblin pyromancer.
Yeah, Hobgoblin Pyro.
You pretty much head straight south from Isadora's tower, skirting the border with Goblin Town, and eventually find your way to Crotus. Man, it's actually kind of on the same street as Zelikai, is just really far away. Crotus's manse is probably the most modest of all of them. It's like a nice town home. It's not all wizarded up and magicked out. It's just a house that he lives in, and you make your way there, and there's only one entrance.
Okay, well, let's do it again.
Let's make this short and sweet. Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna go up and give a sturdy knock on the door. He is a hobgoblin after all. He should expect that.
Make your perception check.
Each of us.
I mean, all of you can, yeah. I'm assuming you're all up at the door.
16.
Got a 17.
Oh, well, look at you.
17. 16, 17, 16. The three of you can hear like little titters and giggles coming from beyond the door. Do it again. Hear something say.
I look to the others. I was like, "Is Crotus a family man? Does he have little ones running about?"
Goblins. Watch you brain.
They might be preparing the brains right now, Joego.
Someone answer the door.
Go ahead and give another knock on the door.
The door opens. There doesn't appear to be anybody there.
What the fuck?
Hello? Hello? Is
Sir Thomas will lean
down here, jerk.
over Robin and look around the door.
Yeah, standing at like the very bottom and like maybe 8 inches tall
Yeah.
is like this just the very definition of a gutter fae. I mean, it's got like baggy clothes on and like a cap that's supposed to stand up nice and straight and tall, but it's like falling over down on the side.
Is he wearing Jenkos?
Right, yeah, like Jenkas and like big floppy feet with like little bells on the end of them that have gone all crusty and rusted and everything. And it's like, what do you want?
Well, oh hey there, my good sir. Is the master of the house at home?
No, he ain't here right now.
Oh well,
He reaches behind his back and pulls out like a really big fly swatter. And he's like making a face, looking.
You better get that thing away from me, big guy.
Oh, Sir Thomas, please. Such hostilities are uncalled for.
I just want to be a good manservant and get pest away from Vandermoose.
You can hear a bunch of chittering coming from behind the door, and there's like others of them in the room.
Well, I came to give an invitation to your master. Is there a way that I could get it to him with any assurance?
I'll take it.
Am I assured that he will receive it? Yes?
I can get it to him.
Okay, wee one.
Like takes the card.
What?
Okay, so will they recognize? You think? My knowledge of them, will they recognize me in the middle of casting a spell?
It's a gamble. Some of them might know a bit of spell casting. As a general rule, they don't know. But there are some gutter fae who have familiarity with spell casting.
Like say the gutter fae that are servants of a wizard?
Potentially, yes. I mean, but they're still just kind of standing in the doorway. You could easily get out of line of sight of them.
All right, I'm gonna let it go for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no reason to risk this plan at this point.
Okay. All right.
As Sir Thomas backs away, he's like,
I got you too, buddy. Would you come around here again? Looking up.
Oh man. Anyway, well, with that, we hope you to give that to your master, and we hope to see him tomorrow. He'll know.
Yeah. Okay. What is this thing for?
It's an invitation to a party. Maybe he'll bring you. He could maybe bring you. So
You
make sure
invited us to a party?
Hosted by the one and only Zelakai.
And all you hear is like, party, 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 party. And there's like just a chorus of like gutter gnomes.
Yes, Zelakai's
chimney
party.
sprites. And
Yo, Sir Thomas.
it's like the door swings wider open. There's like a dozen of them in there.
You don't want these guys at your party. No.
Oh, you already invited us to the party. It's too late. Don't take backs.
Well, just see that your man gets the invitation.
It's like holding the invitation away from you.
Bad idea, Mr. Vandermoose. Bad idea.
Oh, all are invited there, my man, Sir Thomas. Don't worry.
Then in like a whisper that's not a whisper at all.
The gnomes
Them
begin
guys are jerks.
a brawl over the invitation itself. They're getting it all grubby and gross.
If we can't read the invitation, nobody will be allowed into the party. Just saying.
They don't appear to have heard you.
Oh, well.
Yeah, whatever game they were playing is quickly forgotten about as they all fight one another to be the one to deliver the invitation.
Well, I'm not sure Crotus is going to show up, guys.
Yes, well, that won't work for us. We really need to make sure that they do that.
Just a bunch of gutter fairies are going to show up wearing robes, and they're going to all be like standing on each other.
Maybe Sir Thomas could threaten them.
They do their version of a Goblin War stack.
Yeah. Well, Sir Thomas could try to threaten them.
Yeah. Are you gonna try? Is that what you're gonna try to do? Threaten them?
Oh no! Sir Thomas not threaten the gutter fairies. You cannot threaten gutter fairies.
They'll make your beer go stale. You know.
They too stupid to threaten.
Yeah, they won't clean out your chamber pot. It's really bad. You gotta be nice to them. Leave out saucers of milk for them, and yeah. They really hold the city hostage that way.
I think I decided that Joego is really racist against gutter fairies for some reason. When he was little, they used to play pranks on him all the time.
Totally. Yeah, the children and the gutter fae are mortal enemies and regularly get in street brawls. In which the only thing bruised are egos and whatnot.
I'm just envisioning, the dung beetles from It's a Bug's Life. Going around, you're fired, you're fired. With gutter fairies and children.
All right.
So, Robin, excuse me, Vandermouse, it has just dawned on me that we don't know what we're going to do when everyone shows up tomorrow.
Well, you're gonna play music,
right?
Yeah, I thought Oliver was just gonna sing, and we were gonna drink the potion.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing here is we just want bait. The party is the hook. So once we get them all there, we drink the potion. We see if any of them are the shape changer, and if not, the shape changer or the demon might come after them. We don't know, but hopefully something will happen, and we can at least get a lead.
Okay, then. I will put my faith in you.
Well, and also, I'm putting my faith in you. You're the one that's going to have to perform.
Oh, I can entertain some stupid luminaries. That's not a problem.
No, also Hostilian.
And you've been presumably dropping off other invitations along the way between these four right here.
Yeah.
At the other notables and dignitaries and fine, upstanding peerage of the neighborhood. Anything? So it's taken you guys like the better part of 2 hours to deliver all these messages and everything.
Okay.
So by the time you make it back to the manse, assuming there's not another area that you want to stop off at, there is you can smell the food cooking. It's less of a riotous urchin hangout than it was this morning. But there is, there's still a bunch of kids hanging out around the place.
That stew smells good.
Joego will have a plan for the party anyway.
Yeah. So what's y'all's plan to give me a good idea of how you envision the party going down?
Poorly. Awfully.
More than likely poorly, because at some point we're going to need to go to the deep pillow and actually say, hey, we're having a party here tomorrow.
Potentially fatally. Few descriptors for you.
True. You do need to be like, hey, we are having a party here tomorrow.
Joego is going to need a bunch of sheets, one really, really big one, and a knife.
Tell Joego about this sheet plan of yours.
Oh, after we get everyone there and Oliver sing really well, and they're all like happy. Robin drink the potion and look at everyone and find the bad one. Then we need the other ones to go away. So Joego get the sheets, cut the holes for eyes. Maybe Jardon help. I can get small Sebastian and some of the other kids. We might need some ropes too, and we will be ghosts and we will scare everyone away.
That is quite a sheet strategy that you have there.
It was my second plan. My first plan was we set the deep pillow on fire.
That sounds like that's a great plan.
I don't know if you remember the drawn and quartered bit from the burned down district, but I would advise against that, Joego.
Yeah, remember what happened there?
Oh, Joego not good at drawing at all. Maybe stick figure, but other than that, not so good.
Of course, Joego, of course. We won't have you draw anything. It's not a problem. So I guess let's head back to the manse and get Jardon caught up to speed. See if he's found anything out with the book.
Yeah. So in terms of what Jardon's been up to, Jardon's had about 2 hours and change to putz around the manse and do his thing.
I got a natural 1 on my nature, which I think is going to tie to the stew. So I put this in there for you, Dave. Yeah. There you go.
The little rat.
So yeah, he's probably not just kind of got this set up and
Uh-huh.
a better part of 2 hours going down to his lair, bringing stuff back up, and we'll wait for the others.
Okay. Lucian had perused the Cadrix's book and had marked a couple of places in it that he thought were promising. If anyone wants to read those, and then at some point, Curio makes an appearance, and produces the letter that was found last night from Zelikai.
Yes, I want to know more about both of those.
Okay.
I need to make water. I'll be right back.
All right, Pruitt. So there is the two passages that Lucian marked out are pretty nuts. Like I said, this book is written in a stream of consciousness style that jumps from topic to topic. As near as you can tell, this Cadrix person went on a bunch of vision quests into the outer planes and, recorded his thoughts and experiences as they were happening. And then later on, a third party came in and annotated it and provided a kind of commentary to it. The first description that Lucian has picked out describes a creature not unlike what Hostilian described, encountered in the astral realms, in the space between spheres, as Cadrix calls it. And he just describes a seven-eyed creature, tall and slender. This one didn't have its head covered or anything, and says it's sort of a bulbousy head with an arrangement of eyes that Cadrix claims could see right through him, and that didn't believe that he could hide from the sight of this creature. It had a small atrophied mouth with a weird sort of whiskery appendage around the outside of it. Its hands were long and slender, and it seemed to have some kind of sucker arm or something on the underside of its fingers. That's the description that it gives, that most resembles the creature that Hostilian saw. In the book, Cadrix has a brief encounter with it, and where they claim that they sort of communicate mentally, that Cadrix was aware of its presence because he had thoughts that weren't his own and began to know things that he couldn't possibly know, and took that as communicating with this creature. Excuse me. There is a second passage in which Cadrix describes a demon of sorcery and a shapeshifter that that actually bears a name in the book itself. The name being the rather long and elaborate Pagnoptish Kotan Amumgard. Cadrix has a series of conversations with this entity that he describes in great detail. He describes the demon as being insatiably curious about who Cadrix is, as if it's the first time the demon is encountering a being like Cadrix. The two have a extended conversation in some hellish realm of the netherworld, and where the Pagnoptish questions him extensively on where he came from, what the denizens of his realm was like, and where Cadrix himself questions the demon, where it comes from, what sort of inhabitants dwell in the place where he is. The two of seem to be describing a first encounter between these two beings. Any questions about the rest of it? Any other parts of the book that?
Yeah, the first part, was there a name, not maybe an official one, but one that maybe Cadrix had just given to the Slender Manny seven-eyed thing?
Mhm.
Something that we can refer to it as?
Cadrix comes away from the encounter knowing that the creature refers to itself as the Seeker.
Okay. Very good. I'll get that actual spelling. We'll see. Close enough. Agnoxtabash.
Yeah, I can. I'll give the actual.
Okay, this is all very, very useful, and I think he would definitely be musing on this and reflecting on and gathering any additional information related to this. But
Okay.
I think knowing more about that is fantastic.
Yeah, the passage related to PAG is quite extensive, and whoever's writing the third person commentary, excuse me, has a bit of seemingly a bit more information about what kind of demon it is, because it mentions a whole host of qualities related to this demon about mortal magic not being able to affect it, being able to take on the shape of others, it being driven by an insatiable hunger are the three qualities that kind of stand out immediately to you.
So is there some sort of manual or something where you can compare these traits with other, like a monster manual of demons describing different kinds, and if this matches up?
Yeah, Zellikai has a ton of books on monsters, particularly extraplanar creatures, and it's more a matter of time and cross-referencing them. But there are at least a casual perusal of Zellikai's magical library. There are 6 books dealing with extraplanar creatures that report to contain information about demons and other things like that.
Okay. While the ingredients blend together, as they do need time, he will be doing a lot more reading and that sort of stuff.
Yeah. So, I mean, at this point, Jardon has learned a great deal about those creatures that most people would refer to as demons. They're not particularly wholesome or nice creatures. They appear to be creatures made of pure spirit, and in order to enter into this world, they have to expend a great deal of effort to create a physical body for themselves. They can either do that, or they can possess the body of a creature that's already, native to the plane, as it were. There doesn't seem to be any particular defining characteristic of demons other than their malice, and the fact that they are inherently magical, and magic comes to as easily to them as walking or breathing, does to a mortal. Most of the books that you're flipping through make some attempt to catalog them. There's even one that tries to group them into types, to give them, sort of like type 1s and type 2s, and sort of ranking their power. But every one that you find basically suggests that each one of these creatures is unique, and then encountering one is not a pleasant experience. Yeah, pictures like that you find.
Awesome.
Joego is going to quickly get bored of this and head to the kitchen to begin cooking. Even though things have already been cooked, he's going to cook them some more. And he's got like a big pot and he's stirring. Oh my God! He's just singing to himself some things that he randomly picked up and heard. And
one of these days, Jogo's going to accidentally summon like Cthulhu or something.
Nice. Okay, so if the others return, we'll touch base, and he'll inform them of what he's discovered.
Okay. Yeah, these books that Lucian and now Jardon have poured over contain a wealth of information about the types of creatures that you're looking to thwart. Pretty much if you pretty much like, yeah, I'm going to spend my downtime studying in the magical library, I'll let you start being able to make like skill rolls based on your knowledge of this kind of thing. I'd say at this point, Jardon knows quite a bit about demons and the like, just from the reading that you've done over the last couple of days.
Great.
So it's about lunchtime.
So should we hash out our plan of the setup at the pillow and who's where and doing what?
Yeah.
That's a sentence I never thought I'd have to listen to you say.
Deep pillow.
It's time we fluff this pillow.
Yes, let's hash out our plan for the pillow. So, I hope that you have a better understanding of exactly what this evening's event might entail, gentlemen.
Well, I mean, it's a fundraiser, right? So we just need to start with some entertainment. There'll be some
Raise fun.
There's some hors d'oeuvres. And then we need to have, at some point early in the evening, Zelika's got to go up and make a toast. You know, hey, we're here to have a good time. The kids need you. Let's get drunk. And I don't know, depending on how many of the luminaries show up. I mean, really, all we're hoping for is that something shows up. And maybe we can get a reaction out of one of the luminaries if nothing does show up.
And I take it you'll be there as Vandermouse.
Oh, but of course.
And I imagine you'll have a good place to stash your equipment when things get hairy very quickly. It didn't appear that Yabo had very much time to react when something did show up.
Oh, I mean, I'll have my equipment on me. Don't worry about that.
Be ready for a fight.
Yeah. Oh,
as long as you're ready, then I'll be ready, I'm sure.
Yeah.
No problem.
I'll keep my crossbow stored in the drums up on stage. No, that's not true.
So they're all preparing for the party.
Uh-huh.
Joego wants to see if he can find any money laying around Zelika's place.
Okay.
If he finds it, he's going to gather up as many children as he can because he really enjoys being Sir Thomas and he needs manservants.
All right.
I'm going to take them shopping for clothes.
So you're like checking drawers and couch cushions and things for loose change.
I may actually scoop up things that isn't really money too.
Just bits.
Yeah. So I'll explain the plan to the children.
Uh-huh.
And now they can help. Children, come to Joego. We need to get some money. Zelika has money around there somewhere. We'll find it. Then we're going to go shopping and we get you clothes. And like Jogo's manservant, the Vandermouse, then, and you can't call Joego. You have to call Joego Sir Thomas. And you will all need new names. And you will be Sir Thomas's manservants. Even you, Lily.
Yeah, they're just tickled pink about the whole thing. Just like ready to scatter across the manse.
We can't tell the others. They are going to be so proud.
Keep it quiet. Yeah, they're going to keep it quiet. So there's like 6 of them here. And they immediately start scattering over the manse looking for coins, and just underneath the couches, behind all the stuff, they're picking up arcane crystals, looking underneath that. That occupies them for quite a while.
Is this secret from the rest of the group, or is that?
I mean, this is sort of while everybody else is doing their own thing, I take it.
Yeah, Oliver's probably still occupying your time by panicking a lot. That we don't really have a better plan.
Always enacts his best plans when other people aren't paying attention.
Uh-huh.
It's like a superpower.
I guess we're planning the situation then. So Jardon considers that maybe he could be hidden be the one to keep an eye out, and especially if there's possession and other things happening, not having everyone clearly apparent, I think might be ideal.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. So there's one loose thread that someone mentioned, but I hadn't heard any followed up on it, and that's actually approaching the deep pillow and being like, oh yeah, we're gonna have a party here tomorrow night.
Right. Yeah, we should do that at some point.
Oh, we also did
Just send them the
not
promissory
see
note.
the letter from that apprentice had.
Yes, correct. At some point, I mean, Curio never makes an appearance during all this. He's somewhere in the basements of the manse. So you'll have to go like looking for him.
Sure. I mean, it's been brought up a couple of times and we haven't looked into it. So
Gotcha.
sounds like
So,
something.
Jardon and whoever else eventually goes looking after Curio. He's deep in the basement, and actually show you guys where he's at. Deep in the basement in Zelakai's summoning chambers is where he's at. And you find him hunched over a table, looking at a bunch of papers and just generally fretting and not having a good time. He looks up as y'all come down the stairs.
Curio, you are all right?
He's pretty clear he didn't get much sleep last night. I'm okay for now. Jardon, I am terrified of what we face. I've been reading through the books and I don't think I'm up for this. He just kind of gives a weary sigh.
No, you have lost much, and much is being asked of an apprentice, yes? But you do not need to do it alone. You have us, and you help only however you are able to. It is not all resting on you.
He appreciates that. Then stares sort of in the distance for a minute or two, lost in thought. You're right, Jardon. Perhaps I'm just thought about this too much. Come here, let me show you what it is that I found. He's got Zelakai's letter on the table with him.
Yes, do show.
This appears to be his will. Separate from the journal that he left us, there's a will with his arcane signature and some instructions, some things that he has left us. Here, and he hands Jardon the letter.
Interesting behavior that one would still care about things when you are gone.
He'll look it over.
It's not written in nearly as hasty a script as Zelakai's journal was. This seems like something prepared maybe a while ago. It passes ownership of the manse to Curio, but specifies that Zelakai's friends and associates are always welcome there. And along with ownership of the manse comes control of the manse's defenders, which he lists in no particular order, but it includes an entity known as Temish. There is also a paragraph in there stipulating specifically the four of you, naming Jardon, Joego, Oliver, and Robin, and claiming that the contents of a particular chest were for yours for the taking as gifts and tokens of the life of friendship that you had with Zelakai.
You have read this and seen this? Look how he is trusting you. Zilikai believes in you.
Yeah, you can tell that Curio's been shedding some tears over this. He seems pretty emotional about the whole thing. He trusts me. I just don't trust myself. He sort of like straightens his robe out.
It will come. You should get some rest. There is a party we are having. Rest up before it, and maybe it could be good for you, but whatever you need. Could you show me where this chest would be that he has given to us?
He points over near the wall. There's an iron-bound chest and produces a key off the table.
This is all right for us to do this?
I think so, yes. Whatever's in there is yours.
Okay. Well, let's loot and go back to the other guys.
Woot woot.
Opening up the chest, there are 4 items in it, as well as what looks like some scroll tubes and other potions. On a leather belt hang 2 silver daggers, each of them bearing the same rune near the hilt.
Oh my.
Another is a golden ring, sort of real broad and fat, that has a tiny spidery arcane script running around the entire outer circumference of the ring. It's like one of those big fat rings that takes up a whole finger thing segment. I don't know what you call the space between 2 knuckles. Surely it has a name.
Flinch.
A flange. The fleeb. And then there are a set of purple silk slippers.
Purple, you say?
Yeah. They look quite comfy. House shoes, more like it. They got backs on them. And folded neatly is a black and dark green cloak.
Yeah, Jardon will gather all that up, including the scrolls and potions, and go to find the others to tell them of what he's discovered.
Tell him he's got to run out real quick.
Be right back.
And he will pat Curio on the shoulder as he's leaving there.
Yeah, Curio is poring over. You can get a closer look at what Curio's doing. He's got the emerald and is just got a bunch of Zelikai's notes and a spell book of some kind out that he's
let me also share what I found briefly about the demon and stuff like that too.
All right, so you touch base with him, and he's quite fascinated. Talking shop with him, like completely, his whole demeanor completely changes. And once you start getting into the weeds on like arcane subjects, he's like full of confidence and the like, sort of in his element.
Good. Okay.
Just want to say, Jim, that's one sweet map.
Oh, this right here.
I'm digging it.
Yeah. There's a lot of fun stuff for like creating like wizards labs and stuff in here. So yeah.
Oh wow. And where can we create those at?
Pyromancers.com.
Pyromancers, Dungeon Painter Studio. Took like 10 minutes to make this thing. No time at all.
Beautiful.
Absolutely.
So he'll check on his stew and then go find the others.
All right. So going to find the others. We've got at some point, I'm assuming someone's going to go talk to the owners of the Deep Pillow.
No,
maybe they should do
send
that.
them a letter with Zelikai's seal.
Okay.
Just like, yo, we'll pay you. I mean, we're gonna totally wreck the place, but who cares?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's kind of how business is done.
I'm chaotic good. I can do what I want.
The owner of the Deep Pillow is a woman named Fulkina. she's, you get a response back within the hour via the same like animal messenger or something like that, expressing delight and just absolutely sure, we've got private rooms available. You can rent out the main floor, like whatever it is you need. She's,
I was afraid Joego was going to have to go seduce her.
I think we should play that out.
That's private session. But so we've got like a lot of buildup. We're gonna have this, and I think this party idea is great. And is there any other business you guys have to take care of? Otherwise, we're gonna call the rest. For the rest of the day, in-game day, you guys are prepping for this party.
Hostilian, does she return at all?
Yeah, she returns before nightfall.
Okay.
And
Do we want to identify do the item stuff? We got some fat loot. That could be fun.
Yeah, we got some loot.
Yeah, what's up with these purple shoes?
Do that here.
Yes, you can do that.
So Jardon will come up. Zelakai has left us gifts. Very happy, but who I am not certain, but I think it is very fortuitous. We find such things before very dangerous event. Joego, I do hope none of the urchins or orphans will be in danger tonight. I know you are fond of them. Tomorrow night.
None of the urchins will be in danger during the party.
That's a ways asking.
Yeah.
No, the children will be okay. Joego have plan.
Is it like your shit plan? Sheet plan? Sheet plan?
No, this is better than that. Joego make sure children okay.
Very good. It doesn't take that much time to identify the items. If you spend some time with them, examining them, and Curio can actually like properly identify them if you need it.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Yeah. All right. He'll sit down with them, and between, he's got to take a break anyway. So over lunch, he's sort of examining them and checking them out. The matched dagger set are a pair of magical daggers. When wielded as a set, they grant you the benefit of the 2-weapon fighting style from Fighter. They can be used individually.
Oh my!
Look at his face. Look at his face.
The ring is a ring of spell storing. It is currently empty. The slippers are slippers of spider climbing and leave kind of a sticky residue that persists for a while. And then the cloak is a cloak of defense, which basically acts like bracers of defense. If wearing no armor, it grants a +2 to your AC, I believe. And I can double check on that to be 100% sure.
Fantastic. Let's do you think he intended one for each of us specifically? It seems likely.
It certainly does. It seems like Zelakai is still watching over us from beyond. He knew.
I think Joego have it all figured out. Jardon wear the slippers, so when he's in his home, he doesn't have to walk through the sewers. That would be perfect. Shiny knives, I think would look really good with Oliver. A Joego would do great with a ring. He could spell, right?
Yeah, with that ring, you could actually spell. You could write.
I think Joego even smarter than just glasses.
Glasses and a ring. Could work. Here's the thought, though. I bet Joego would look quite dapper in a brand new cape.
So Joego will pick up the cloak and put it on and kind of like start strutting around with it and modeling a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It does match your eyes, Joego.
Oh, Joego, it is just splendiferous on you, my man. It fits you smashingly.
I can't believe it fits so well. Every time Joego get get cloak off rack, it's always too short.
Now this one's suitably dramatic and just the right size.
I think Sir Thomas has a new garment for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's fancy.
Okay.
So Andrew, what do you want?
My intuition, and since Jardon is a finder, and he's going to kind of push the daggers in the direction of Robin, the fancy slippers to Oliver, the ring, the cloak to Joego, and the ring seems like it calls to him, but there may be another way to do it.
I think that works just fine. And I immediately start testing out the balance of the new daggers.
I mean, they're pretty well balanced. They're meant to be wielded together.
I must admit, Zelakai was a damned fool, but he does have good taste. Yes.
Nice.
Now, Joego, see what you guys mean. You're right. I think that's the right way.
Yeah, so everybody's very impressed impressed with your with what Zelakai has left you, and it takes a while to kind of get acclimated to them, and Curio lets you know any command words or how they work as he's sort of like snacking on some of the soup that's been cooking since the morning. You get your reply from Fulkina at the Deep Pillow. She's absolutely pleased to host Zelakai. It's been far too long. She's like, it's been over a year. Where have you been? Of course we'll reserve everything for you. We'll be happy to have you. Let us know what you need. And then it's around as just the sun starts to get a little red as it starts to dip below the horizon that Hostilian returns, and she's perched on her shoulder is just the ugliest gremlin thing that you've ever seen. Just like, it's got like gossamer butterfly wing looking things, but it's like warty and this giant like beak of a nose and these sort of like tiny needle claws. It's just kind of like squatting on her shoulder, just giving you the stink eye. But she shows back up.
Oh, well met, Hostilian.
And friend?
Shoulder thing?
Yes, you can call it, you can call it Nimbus if you must.
Yeah, I certainly won't call it for dinner.
Nimbus. Oh. Nimbus is adorable. Joego like Nimbus and go over and try and pet it.
I see what you did there, Robin. Very clever.
It sort of like gives you a mean old growl and hisses at you like a cat.
Oh, Joego think Nimbus hungry. Joego get something from the kitchen for him.
It's all right, Joego. Nimbus will be fine. And if you like, do you go and get something to eat for Nimbus?
Yeah, I was totally gonna go grab him like some bread or something to shove in his face.
Yeah, it comes back and it's like not there. You don't know where it is. Like everybody, like you sort of blink and it's just not there anymore. Hostilian still is. She takes a seat at the table.
So, Hostilian, what did you find out?
I know that Crotus is with his cohort in Goblin Town. He's abandoned his manse as far as I can tell. Suspicions, I think. He's safe. Yes.
Oh shit, we're gonna have a shitload of gutter gnomes show up. Or gutter fairies.
That's highly likely.
Indeed.
That's highly likely. They are his crowd. He likes them for some reason. And they like him.
We like all sorts of strange creatures for reasons unbeknownst to others.
Yes. He's safe and aware that there is a situation, but at the moment is laying low. I think he is worried and concerned about what happened and feeling a little guilty as well. We might be able to leverage him. I'm not sure yet, though. Ethel is conducting his play as he does. Nothing seems out of the ordinary there, but he's very busy. I'm unable to track down Isadora at all. I ran into her double, but it's not her, I don't think. She could be in hiding.
Her double?
Yes. A construct meant to look like her and behave and fool people to keep them off of her back or to keep her from following her.
Yes, well, you'd have to be a damned fool to fall for that, wouldn't we? Robin.
Mm-hmm. You didn't spot it? I was in character, man.
Uther is, as near as I can tell, descended into paranoia and fear.
So we have 4 luminaries, all acting strangely. And we've invited them all to a party tomorrow.
Yep. That's exactly what just happened.
Hmm.
Most of them probably already
Well,
know
this
that
was a
you
great
guys
fucking idea, wasn't it?
did. Still could be. You never know. Here's the thing. They could probably think that we killed Zelachai, and they might come to try to take care of us, and then the demon and the thing will come and try to take care of them.
Yeah, I think
Yes, because that's a clearly much better solution to this problem.
so. Let's set up next session. We've got a plan to throw a party in Zelachai's name using a archfey warlock who y'all have previously been adversaries with to pose as Zelachai. Have an elaborate party where you're going to invite the most powerful mages in the neighborhood, along with potentially a demon and an extraplanar time-lost brain-eating entity in the same room together. So you can drink a potion a ghost made, figure out which one it is, and then profit?
Don't forget the gutter fairies
Yes,
that are definitely going to show up.
All right.
And Jogo's half a dozen manservants.
This is a hell of a session you're going to make me prep for next time.
An army of gutter fairies and a bunch of children dressed.
And there's
on the
also going to
streets.
be a bunch of children dressed as tiny manservants and gutter fairies.
I'm telling you, there's going to be way too much going on. We'll get lost in the chaos. We can sort it out.
I'm envisioning the children and the gutter fairies breaking out into a jets and sharks scene.
They're gonna have to have a throwdown, a tiny throwdown.
So I take it you're calling the session this evening.
No cliffhanger. The cliffhanger is whether or not we'll be able to prepare for this monster of a party you've set up for me. Yeah. I'll turn it over to you, Cody. We'll see you guys next week.
We should just fucking leave right now. If you guys are joining us on stream, thank you for being here. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you guys for hanging out with us there. We want to give a special thank you to all of our kick-ass sponsors. That's ThinkGeek. Links are down in the description on the YouTube video. There's a whole bunch of stuff down here in the Twitch panel, so go check them out. Of course, Fantasy Grounds is our virtual tabletop of choice. And then all of the splendiferous maps that you see here on the show are made with Dungeon Painter Studio by Pyromancers.com, which is a kick-ass piece of software that I've been using for a long time. So thank you to our sponsors. If you want to support the show, please go support the sponsors. But that's it for us. Do you guys have any special announcements you want to make?
No, just thank everyone for hanging out with us and watching. Today I actually had Jeff from ThinkGeek on Nerdarchy, so if you want to check that out, that happened.
That's
It was
the
a
thing.
fun one.
That's
Gotta
the thing
watch
that
it.
you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jim, again. Thanks, everyone else, for a great session. I quite enjoy these. Looking forward to them every week. And I hope
I
you people at
especially
home
want
are-
to thank Jim for gutter fairies, okay?
Yes.
No problem.
Thank you for gutter fairies.
All right, guys. Take care. We'll catch you guys next week. Adios.
All right.
Later.